Live and Baton Rouge proud, you're watching NBC Local 33 News today. Local, experienced, trusted. NBC Local 33 News today.
Hey there, friends. Good Tuesday morning to you. Thanks so much for being with us for Local 33 News today. I'm Jaron Jordan.
And I'm Courtney Williams. Hope you guys are having a great Tuesday so far. It's definitely a wet start to the day. So, Jasmine, how are things looking for the rest of the day? I had to put on my glasses, which I was not a fan of.
Yeah, we started the morning off with a few pockets of heavy rain, but fortunately the worst has passed through our area. Notice on the live Viper radar, we are starting to see a quieter pattern. However, some spots are still dealing with a spotty shower outside, and that could continue. We've got a warm front sitting to our south, and then toward the end of the screen there is a low pressure system. Attached to that is another cold front that's going to increase our rain chances as we get into the second half of the day. Notice though, on the overall setup, we're monitoring this front that is going to stall. It's going to lead to some increased rain chances. We also could be looking at some thunderstorms, so keep that in mind as you plan your evening commute. That's around the time when we could start to see those showers and storms begin to fire up. Otherwise, it is warm outside right now. We are already in the 60s, 65 here in Baton Rouge along with New Roads. Gonzales at 67 and Hammond only at 61, but compared to average, this is well above where we should be. And as we continue throughout the day, that's the pattern that we're going to see. But just keep an eye out for those showers as we head into the evening hours. Back to you.
Okay, Jasmine, thank you. Well, developing news this morning. One man is dead and a home is a total loss this morning after a deadly house fire in Baton Rouge. This happened just after 5 o'clock on Packard Street near the intersection of Plank Road. Fire investigators are looking into what caused the fire, but they do tell us they do believe the home is a total loss. The man's identity has not yet been released. As we learn more information, you can find updates on brproud.com and on our BR Proud app.
Well, a shortage of coronavirus vaccines at Ochsner hospitals are forcing thousands of vaccine appointments to be placed on hold. According to hospital officials, the number of vaccines they expected to receive fell short by nearly 70%. Last week, Ochsner received 3,900 doses for their hospitals in South Louisiana. This week, the region received just half of that. Doctors say the low supply is discouraging.
We're disappointed as well that we can't give more vaccine, because it certainly has been the highlight of what we've done for COVID, is actually be part of the solution. So we're as disappointed as everyone else.
Doctors say this does not interfere with those who have already received their first dose and are waiting on the second. Officials encourage everyone to be patient and take the vaccine when it becomes available. Later today, the state's Department of Health will provide an update on vaccinations across the state. That comes after the state continued a downward trend in COVID-19 cases. The latest numbers added more than 2,000 new cases on more than 28,000 tests. Hospitalizations are also decreasing, now with a little more than 1,600 patients being treated. That's the lowest numbers we've seen since late December.
And the state fire marshal's office is cracking down on businesses who are not in compliance with COVID-19 guidelines. We showed you this viral video yesterday showing what appears to be long lines of folks waiting to get into Club Pure over the weekend. Well, the following night, law enforcement had to break up a gathering at a club called the Palace on Scenic Highway. According to the fire marshal's office, investigators found expired fire extinguishers, blocked doors, and the business was at more than 50% capacity, all violations of the state's modified Phase 2 order. The club's owners feel the inspection on their business was illegal.
I asked them, why are y'all here, or y'all shut me down? They never told me that we're not shutting you down. I say, so well, what are y'all doing? He said, we're not shutting you down. We just here to do an inspection.
We're not going to tolerate that. If they think they're going to move those parties somewhere else across the state of Louisiana, we're going to find them, and we're going to make sure that they're in compliance with the fire code, because people are not going to be injured or hurt on my watch, I'm going to tell you.
The club's owner, Tory Lewis, says he plans to file a lawsuit against the state fire marshal's office. And in continuing coverage this morning, a Zachary man locked up for his connection with a deadly shooting. Police say 19-year-old Titus Hayes shot and killed his mother's boyfriend after the two were involved in a domestic dispute. This all happened Sunday afternoon on New Weiss Street and Zachary. Police say the victim, who's now been identified as Darnell Reed, was shot twice in the chest Police Chief David McDavid says while his officers were there investigating, they were taunted by several people on dirt bikes.
While we were investigating the scene, we had a group of motorcycles and four-wheelers come into the area there by the crime scene, began doing donuts. And we're not going to tolerate that here. That was total disrespect for the victim, the people in the area, also the officers trying to do the investigation. And they got to think about it. What if that was your family member sitting there lying on the ground, deceased?
This morning, Hayes has been booked into parish prison. He's facing charges of second-degree murder. Police say some of those on bikes were also issued citations.
Well, happening today, Governor John Bel Edwards will be in Lake Charles to provide an update on hurricane recovery in southwest Louisiana after last year's pair of deadly hurricanes. The governor will speak at McNeese State University. That'll be at 1 o'clock this afternoon to give the latest on recovery efforts in all hurricanes. Laura and Delta caused more than $20 billion in damages. Also happening today, an opportunity for small business owners to learn more about some of the government relief programs available to them during this ongoing pandemic. Tonight's webinar will discuss both the Paycheck Protection Program and economic injury disaster loans. It starts at 6 o'clock this evening, and if you are wanting to register ahead of time, details have been posted for you right now on our free Be Our Proud app.
Well, happening now today marks exactly 1 year since the tragic death of NBA legend Kobe Bryant in a helicopter crash. Bryant and 8 others, including his daughter Gianna, died when their helicopter crashed into the hills near Los Angeles on January 26th of last year. Officials say the steep terrain combined with fog and low clouds contributed to the deadly accident. The National Transportation Safety Board will announce official findings of their investigation into the crash next month. All right, coming up, a winter storm sweeps across the country, leaving thousands trapped inside of their homes. We'll tell you how this may impact the ongoing pandemic.